This movie is so fast-paced. Alright, next scene. Yep, just like... We got a lot to get through, so let's pile through all of it.
We assume he has rejoined with his supporters.
Every move is so over the top.
Your failure in the 100-day siege of Ba Sing Se won't be held against you. Your son died in that siege, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
There's some quality dialogue right there.
Offer my condolences on your
You know the phrase, show don't tell? Eh, tell don't show.
Now be sure to keep your uniform closed up to your neck. And remember, your cheek can warm you.
I know, Uncle.
Really? That was one of the best scenes of the show, and in the movie, he just said keep warm by. Ooh, I mean that sums up the movie, eh, doesn't it? Finally, a good shot in the movie.
I have to talk to the Dragon Spirit. He can help me defeat the Fire Nation. Is there a spiritual place?
Sokka's face.
You took him from our village.
He's like, I need this torch with me, otherwise I can't firebend. Because we're the most useless tribe of the clan, group, nation. That really is the reasoning. That's why? What? God damn. It's the Underminer!
He can't even look at me sometimes. He says I'm like my mother.
Oh, I was hoping Aang was gonna push him out the window. Yes, I'm calling him Aang now. God. It's kind of fun seeing Zuko beat up this little kid. Well, try to. Why is Katara not fighting? That's like her thing. Oh boy. Gripping. This movie had a budget. Look at this. What happened?
This is a scroll from the Great Library.
Want to wave it around, just whack it on some rocks.
Stop, Zhao. The world will go out of balance. Everyone will be hurt.
The Fire Nation is
Remember when Iroh was like, whatever you do to those, I will do to you tenfold.
General Iroh.
Here's our Iroh.
Commander Zhao,
Zhao, don't.
don't.
Literally.
You're too soft, General Iroh.
That was interesting. Wait, so he doesn't need a fire source to make fire? What? They're even pointing it out. What? It's such a weird thing to add into this movie.
It's time we show the Fire Nation that we believe in our beliefs as much as they believe in theirs. I'm scared. Don't make
We met her like 20 minutes ago. This is just funny.
me miss you.
Jesus! That guy was going for it. Who did the soundtrack for this? Because, you know, they tried. I guess they were told they're not allowed to use any tracks from the show? Because nothing is sound, like, similar at all? we gonna get a fight scene? Can we have one, please? No. Kind of, maybe? Why have a fight between Zhao and Zuko? Well, we can just have 4 random waterbenders. That's brutal! Jesus! My god, these 4 random guys just came up and drowned him! What? I guess this is it. Dear Lord. Time to drown, everyone. Jeez, this isn't like a spirit helping Aang as well. This is just Aang himself doing this. Although I guess he is in the Avatar state. Here's the thing. It's actually kind of cool. The problem is the context that it's in. The context being it's in this movie, you know? Like, if everything building up to this point was really good, I'd be like, damn, that was a cool visual, you know? No minimal sound, just let the music play. Did Hans Zimmer do the soundtrack? Oh. Teaser for next time. Is that guy kneeling or is he really small?
I do, Father.
Oh, Spider-Man 2, I'd rather watch that right now. Hang on. Right, so, okay. Oh, how I just want to go and research what happened with this film. It's got to be in this. Is there some behind the scenes stuff? There's got to be a lot of stories about what happened, right? Like, was this all M. Night Shyamalan's idea and no one said no to him? Or was there, like, executive businessmen being like, no, this is how the movie's gonna go? I don't know. It baffles me that you can have a whole cast and crew worth of people working on this film, and I refuse to believe that not at least half of them were like, why are they saying the names wrong? Why are we saying Aang? What's going on? The casting terrible, the dialogue terrible. At the start I was like, oh, this film's probably terrible because they try and pack 3 series into one film. Nope, it was just the first series, which I believe you can make into a movie. It'd be difficult, but, it's a high bar, but The Lord of the Rings, you read one of those books and you're like, how do you turn this into a movie? They did it. And so I believe they could do that well with this show. And yet, nope, no. It's like they actively try, like... It's so faithful at times in terms of, like, looking at what happens in book 1, and you'd make a checklist of, like, the key moments, and you're like, okay, okay, these points need to get in our movie. Forget how we transition to each of these points, just make sure they're in the film. And it's just so weird. There's so many strange choices. It's not like, I don't know. It baffles me, the choices they made, because it could be very closely related to the series and still be bad, because, bad dialogue, bad pacing and all that. But they actively were like, what can we change for the sake of it? Like the fire producing naturally from their hands and not being a thing? What? Like, why was that? Who even pitched that? It's so random. It's so random. And, you know, down to Aang's tattoo. Why? Like, what? You have one job. Just put blue tattoo on him. Uncle Iroh casting. Just get a fat guy. A fat jolly man. It's so weird, the choices they made. But yeah, the fact he just only based it on book 1 and set up future stuff. Like, they thought this was going to be a trilogy, which is insane. Gods, I don't know. Was this a straight to TV movie? Did it go to the cinema? I had a budget, you know. The fight scenes at the end like looked grand. It's a baffling movie. I don't know how else to put it. You know when a movie's gonna be bad within like the first 10 seconds? Sometimes you just get that feeling. That's what this film had. Because, you know, immediately they had the fire, water, and it all looked like a bit naff. And then you had just text on screen being like, here's the lore of the film. God. And every time someone did any bending, it was like a 5-second wind-up. Like it was going to be this big anime-style power move, but then it was just like a little gust of wind and it's so weird. Yeah, it is crazy. It was terrible. You know, summing it up, it's an awful film. Like, I yawned a good amount of times during that. And, I'm almost speechless for how they did this. Like, I would have almost have respected more if they tried to do a completely different story. Because it's like this, they wanted to tell the same story, except just change every little character detail and, like lore of the world. It's so weird. And, yeah, that about sums it up. I'm gonna go research what happened with this film, or leave me a comment. I'll be interested to read about that. And, thanks for watching. What a grand ending to my reactions. God. Bye, everyone.